Hello, I'm Colleen Holder and this is Let's Talk Tobago. Today we're coming to you from the best preserved historical site on the island. This fort went through several name changes in the 18th century, from Fort Castries to Fort Republic and even Fort Liberté. The cannons, bell tank, even the powder magazine and prison cells seem to have been frozen in time. Where is this? Why, Fort King George, of course, built in the 1780s. This fort is named after King George III. We'll take you on a historical journey after we tell you what's happening in our stories this week. Diversifying the economy and boosting business confidence. It's the newest addition to the Cove Eco-Industrial and Business Park, a facility on this island that provides guidance, comfort and support. And the golf angle. This sport got an upgrade, one that can potentially enhance tourism here.
Tobago, ready to provide your community with the highest degree of professional services in emergency response. Contact Cert Mariah at 660-0065 or Cert Speyside at 660-6096. Cert 24-hour services, emergencies, medical or other. Cert Pro, the new face of emergency management.
Welcome back. You're viewing Let's Talk Tobago and we're here at Fort King George at the entrance to the punishment cells, also known as the hangman cells. These 5 cell blocks within these high brick walls were built in 1848. The yard which surrounds the cells was used as an exercise area as well as a place for prisoners to break stones as an act of punishment. Now this is one of Tobago's better known sites, and overall this island is best known for its tourism industry. Nevertheless, over the years there's been a push to have more manufacturing and industrial related sectors to diversify the economy. The management of the Cove Eco-Industrial and Business Park has been working to fulfill this mandate. Let's join Omadara Mills to find out how this is panning out.
This grey and orange edifice is one of the newest additions to the Cove Eco-Industrial and Business Park. It's named after one of the island's most prominent business entrepreneurs, Rufus Phillips, who many saw as a visionary in the field of business.
Mr. Phillips recognized very early that Tobago was losing its prominence as the breadbasket of Trinidad and Tobago, and he capitalized on his vision. And there was nobody who commanded the market share in the Scarborough market as Mr. Phillips.
Along with the first one, the $50 million factory buildings are fully equipped for any business operation, which speaks to the diversity which Tobago is looking to attract. And like Mr. Phillips, the Board of Cove encourages local businesses to be both patriotic and innovative.
His first desire was to see how the people around him lived, and he patterned his way of life from that. I am saying that exemplifies the man who felt that Tobago and the Caribbean area came first.
Along with the commissioning of the Rufus Phillips building, the park's solar lights are now officially lit. The lights have been installed at a cost of $3.7 million and can function even in the most severe weather conditions. The installations are the largest array of solar lights in the Caribbean. The facilities at the park can accommodate a variety of businesses such as agro-processing, information and communication technology, and garment manufacturing. I'm Omadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
For some of us, it's easy. We have a support system in place. Our family, friends, even mentors. They're the ones that guide us through tough times and help get us back on our feet. But not everyone is so lucky, and not everyone has that much needed sanctuary. Coping then becomes difficult. Here in Tobago, they can now find a place that offers some respite. There's a facility that will serve as a rehabilitation center. It's designed to help persons find meaning in their lives and hopefully discover their full potential. Details from Davia Chambers.
The place to go is the St. Joseph's Convent Retreat and Holistic Development Center.
Because when people lack meaning in their lives, they have no reason for hope. And so they can easily fall prey to the destructive influences that are rampant in the societies in which we live.
So the retreat center offers a space hallowed by the prayer and service of the sisters, where anyone can find guidance that can facilitate the quest for meaning in life's transitions.
Liberation from any form of oppression, fuller human development, restoration of hope. These were some of the goals of our founders and Marie Jacques. They remain ours.
But there's also another element, holistic development. Persons who are affected by limited literacy can have access to a dedicated space and services to have them functional to live in today's society.
The newspaper headlines the sister alluded earlier. Their daily diet of death, dishonesty, crime and violence sends us further and further into despair and create an aura of hopelessness. Yet, amid the terrible encroaching darkness are glimmers of hope and optimism, brought about by projects such as this Retreat and Holistic Development Center.
The facility offers accommodation for retreats, weekend, 8-day or longer, group or individual. It also houses a kitchen. The 3-story building was renovated with funding from the Tobago House of Assembly and other corporate and private sponsors. I'm Davia Chambers for Let's Talk Tobago.
We all know that food, clothing and shelter are the basics for anyone to live comfortably. And we also know that there can be serious personal and social problems if we don't sufficiently have any one of these. But Tobago has been dealt a huge budgetary blow that has caused many cutbacks. However, this has not stopped the push to go ahead with this island's housing development. Instead, there's a move to find creative solutions, but it will also require a shift away from the traditional single-family home. Here's what's happening.
Imagine yourself sitting comfortably in this living room watching your favorite television show or dining in this area with your family. These are just the models of the latest 2-bedroom houses which are new to Tobagonians. They are living spaces called townhouses. The townhouses, as well as apartment-style homes, which are being done at Adventure Phase 2, are designed to maximize on land space so that more persons can have access to affordable housing on the island.
The housing units themselves are approximately 750,000 construction. Then we have the cost of the civil engineering and infrastructure.
The entire project for this housing scheme costs over $250 million and will be completed in about 3 years. 220 townhouses are being constructed at this time, and it's hoped that in 2014, about 78 homes will be given out. And in order to be eligible for one of these, you must meet certain requirements.
The applicant must be at least 18 years of age. They must be a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, residing in Tobago for a minimum of 5 years prior to the application, and they must be able to secure financing.
Besides the construction of townhouses, the Division of Settlements and Labour will be looking at continuing its service lots at Corland and Bell Garden, as well as the distribution of grants to persons who may have land but need assistance building their own homes. I'm Omudara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's time to take a break, but on the other side, change is coming to the licensing office, and the promise is that those changes will save lives.
Erica Scarborough. My husband and I operate Uncle's Tire Shop. It's a very expensive machine, and I routine to them. I was called in. Oh, this piece of machine is a machine that it takes off truck tires. It used to be manual work before. Listen, go there to the BDU and you will get finance. It's either they will, buy your equipment or give you the money to say, well, start your business, which is very good.
Redefining business, protecting Tobago's heritage. Sit Tobago, ready to provide your community with the highest degree of professional services in emergency response. Contact Sit Mariah at 660-0065 or Sit Speyside at 660-6096. Sit 24-hour services, emergencies, medical or other. Sit Pro, the new face of emergency management.
You're viewing Let's Talk Tobago. Thanks for staying with us at Fort King George. This bell tank was erected in 1799 and holds water even to today. The underground water cistern was the main supply to the fort and has a 35,000 gallon capacity. The water was retrieved by a bucket and a line and later on by hand pump. Lots has changed since 1799, but a problem that continues year after year is the recklessness on the nation's roads. There's good news today. There's a promise that changes are coming that will reduce road carnage as well as properly manage the current licensing office. There'll be 5 main access centers throughout the country and one will be right here in Tobago. What are we talking about? It's the changes that are to be implemented once the new Motor Vehicle Act comes into effect. Davia Chambers found out the real benefit of this to Tobagonians.
It's being termed as the revolution of the licensing office, and come September of this year, the 21st Century Motor Vehicle Authority, or MVA, will replace the existing licensing office. This means there will be brand new legislation regarding transportation and licensing.
Licensing authority works in a limited capacity in Tobago. In other words, not all the services that are provided by the licensing office are available in Tobago. When this new Motor Vehicle Act comes into being, that will be a thing of the past.
In addition, there will be a number of fresh initiatives: graduated licenses for new drivers, the use of special devices for speed detection, radio frequency identification license plates, better known as smart license plates, and what's known as vanity plates.
If you have a particular nickname or you, for whatever reason, you want to tell people that you're good looking or something like that, and you wanted it on your number plate, these are things that we will be allowing.
The ministry is partnering with the Tobago House of Assembly to find out the specific requirements needed for the island, and this meeting was the first step. And in reaction to this news, the Chief Secretary says when these changes come into effect, they will make a significant difference. I'm Davia Chambers for Let's Talk Tobago.
Renting office space can make a huge dent in any budget. So over the years, there's been a concerted effort to change this, to move divisions and agencies into buildings that the Assembly owns. The build, own, lease transfer, or what's known as the BOLT arrangement, works well with this plan. And now that the green light has been given to proceed with Milshire, work is underway on a project that will save the Assembly millions in rent over time.
The planting of this pui tree signals the advancement in the construction of the Division of Agriculture, Marine Affairs, Marketing and the Environment's own administrative complex at the corner of the Claude Noel Highway and Sherburne Road. The project is the first of its kind on the island, where there is a use of a public-private partnership, a financial arrangement between the THA and the Milshire Properties Limited, a method which ensures that the THA will not take on any financial risks or delays.
Globally, the PPP concept has been adopted by many governments to help accelerate infrastructure development, where there is no risk to the government agency or the government, and the private in the PPP assumes the role of risk taker, ensuring that the project is delivered on time and on budget.
The THA's collaboration with the company on the $143 million construction will also see that following completion, the building is occupied by the THA and a lease is paid for up to 20 years, after which the THA will then own the property. And if all goes as planned in the construction of this complex, there'll be future partnerships.
Will serve in demonstrating to the THA its capabilities and capacity in delivering as promised, will hopefully be given the opportunity to work with the Tobago House of Assembly on other projects, as our expertise in the field of construction and project development is second to none.
It's expected that the building will be completed in 16 months, that is, early 2015. Estimates given by the Division of Finance suggest that the Assembly will save about $8.1 million in annual rental payments by the Division of Agriculture, Marine Affairs, Marketing and the Environment. This will amount to about $162 million over 20 years. I'm Umadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Few can dispute the good work done by the Yahweh Foundation here on this island. But like many not-for-profit organizations, funding is always a problem. The group's director says the foundation would not have been able to continue without a contribution they got from the Chief Secretary's charity golf tournament. This is how the money will be used.
It's said that it's better to give than to receive, and that's what this organization does, spreading light and love to senior citizens and children alike as a non-profit organization. But the tables turned on them in a good way, and the Yahweh Foundation received love through a check from the Chief Secretary's Charity Golf Tournament 2013 and the JNR group of companies.
Everything that we have done with this golf charity tournament every year, it is always for the needy. And I'm very proud to say that he has honored us and told me clearly that he's very happy when I bought the Yahweh Foundation to him, because he had it already planned.
Those funds were given at just the right time because the organization was running out of money. Today, they're able to continue the critical work of community building in Buku.
We believe this work to be transformative, building relationships, connecting people in communities. And we envisage a 3-year program in Buku. We've reached a 19-month mark and hope to be able to take it into other communities.
But the directors aren't the only ones elated to have these funds. The seniors are also overjoyed as they can continue to participate in field trips and relaxing activities.
I feel very wanted, very loving, to have this group with us, have me feeling more alive.
The Yahweh Foundation bring a lot of joy and happiness to the villagers, especially the senior citizen.
The foundation aims to improve the quality of life of Tobagonians. I'm Davia Chambers for Let's Talk Tobago.
We're taking another break, but stay with us because on the other side we'll tell you how golf is boosting this island's tourism package.
Tobago, ready to provide your community with the highest degree of professional services in emergency response. Contact Search Mariah at 660-0065 or Search Speyside at 660-6096. Search 24-hour services, emergencies, medical or other. Search Pro, the new face of emergency management.
This is Let's Talk Tobago. Thanks for staying with us here at Fort King George. Now, this museum was the pride and joy of the late Edward Hernandez, and it's here you can find military relics, Amerindian and local historical artifacts, slavery documents, weapons, and even old maps and photographs. Now, the pieces located here came not only from archaeological digs, but also from private donations. Maybe you have some pieces that can be donated to the museum, you never know. But what's known for sure is that Tobago continues to be an attractive tourism destination to the Scandinavian region. New flights have been added to take full advantage of this. But truth be told, rooms and quality service are just the beginning of a great tourist package, especially if the idea is to get repeat visitors. Tourists also need activities which will ensure they have a memorable experience. Now, this island is using golf as one of the avenues to not only attract visitors, but to keep them coming back. So with the sector getting a boost with the newly renovated golf course at the Magdalena Golf and Beach Resort, here's Umadara Mills to tell us what's being done to keep them coming back and keep them happy.
You may think they're here for a leisurely time on the island, but besides enjoying the music, food and relaxed atmosphere, these Scandinavian tourists are also here for weeks of playing golf at the newly refurbished $2 million golf course at the Magdalena Golf and Beach Resort.
I would also like to thank all the Tobago people for the very nice hospitality.
You are so open-minded welcoming us to your paradise, and I think the whole group thinks this is a real paradise.
With many of the golfers staying for up to 17 weeks, management is pleased that their needs can be met.
If we can do a good job and if we can make you feel good, that's our goal. We want you to keep coming to Tobago. Tobago is a great destination. We have a wonderful golf course.
The Golf and Beach Resort is also working towards attracting international tournaments for the future.
There's very little that we can do to improve the golf course. It is designed perfectly well. There's some great features to the golf course. Neil, in particular, has been here, as you know, as I mentioned earlier, for 5 or 6 years. So we are going to get the golf course back to where it was. And as you know, the European Tour was hosted here for several years. We would like them to come back again.
The Scandinavian golfers are the first to come on the reintroduced polo flight to Tobago, and now they're helping to stimulate the Tobago House of Assembly's sporting tourism thrust. I'm Umadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Christmas has come and gone, but our next story is more about a special moment rather than a single day. You see, the Scarborough General Hospital likes to ensure that its patients are taken care of. And on special occasions, they want them to feel that they are special, even though they're in the hospital. It's why there was so much fuss over the babies that were born on December 25th. The families received a special visit and a personal treat.
They're special simply because they were born. But being born on a worldwide celebrated day as Christmas made their birth even more significant. The newborns were greeted by this special crew and welcomed with seasonal songs. Fourth-time mother Kamisha Stewart is the mother of the first baby girl to be born in Tobago. The baby was born at 12:41 a.m. and weighed 3.12 kilograms. She says she was expecting her baby on Christmas Day and is cheerful that she's here.
It was easy. I just thank the Lord for it.
Further down the ward, Kelsey Paul gave birth to the second baby girl at 2:15 a.m. Her bundle of joy is 2.75 kilograms, JD's Cupid.
I feel happy. I'm joyous.
Another baby was born on Christmas Day at 10:25 a.m. to mother Kimberly Nichols. This time, it was a boy weighing 3.78 kilograms.
Was kind of tough for this one, but thank God the baby come out everything good.
And the mothers have these wishes for their babies born on this special day.
Long health and strength. And it's Christmas Day, so it's more better.
You should grow healthy
and grow up to be the best person.
4 babies were delivered at the Scarborough General Hospital, and the mothers all received hampers from the Division of Health and Social Services. I'm Davia Chambers for Let's Talk Tobago.
And it's time to have your say, the segment of our program where we hear from you, our viewers. The new year always offers a time of reflection on the year that's passed and the new one ahead of us. This introspection often leads to vows and resolutions to do things a bit differently or even to change things and to move on with further challenges. 2014 is here, and as we look forward to another productive year, today we're asking, what changes are you making that will impact positively on Tobago? This is what you said.
So long as citizens could pass their views, assist the assembly to do, the secretaries and etc. If they listen to the people, maybe they could get some assistance to beautify Tobago.
I will try to seek God more and try to make myself a better person so that I could encourage other people to be better people.
But I believe that no one man could make a change to help Tobago. You take an association or a whole community or some group or a uniform body to help to make Tobago a better place. Because with crime escalating, the children need a lot of education. And the elders too.
If I get some money in my hand that I could spend, I will try to get a playground in Lowlands for the community because there are plenty of youths wasting their talent.
Seeing that there is about 500 acres of state land in Castaro, we're thinking about developing that into some form of community tourism to sustain ourselves. And we have a lot of ideas.
I personally believe people are strayed away from the principles of God, and people need to step back into being more spiritual than carnal. And to do that, people need to put Christ first in everything they're doing and seek Christ.
And that's how we bring this week's edition of Let's Talk Tobago to a close. Do remember you can send us your comments to information@tha.gov.tt or visit us at www.tha.gov.tt. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Colleen Holder, and on behalf of all of us at the Department of Information, have a safe and productive week. And as we go, we leave you now with a final look at Fort King George.